Alright, Shalom. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that belongs to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone at Rubel, and salutations to that came around the world that pushes truth in sincerity. I want to touch a few scriptures here. It's entitled, Be Not Offended for the Word's Sake. Because really and truly, as the scriptures say, offenses must happen. But when you get offended for the word, it has actually become a big issue to you and your salvation. Say in Matthew 18 verse 7, it say, woe unto the world because of offenses, right? It say, for it must needs be that offenses come. So this is something that you will expect to go through when you're in the truth. And offenses is come in many different ways. Sometimes your brother go offend you, sometimes your wife go offend you, sometimes even hearing a law might offend you. You understand? Now, a man with knowledge go understand that not every law in the scriptures might be completely to your liking, but the Most High didn't make the laws to suit your preference. You understand? The law was created as a guide for man to live at peace with his neighbor and to please the Most High. It wasn't made to please any particular individual. So it will have time that even things in the scriptures might offend you. That is actually a part of the system. Because really and truly, if you had to be obedient to something, if you used to agree with every single thing that you had to be obedient to, then it wouldn't be very difficult. But for you to see something and not agree with it 100% and be humble about it, that is true submission. You understand? Even though you might have a little offense towards it, you had to sort that out on your own. That don't have nothing to do with right and wrong. You understand? These things would tend to happen, but you had to learn to keep that under control as a man. They say, but woe unto that man whom the offense commit, because our offense is not really an easy thing to deal with. So there's John 16 verse 1, right? He said, these things have I spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended. Now, as the scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. It have a reason why the elect was given the scriptures, to be able to comfort them and to guide them as to things that would happen and things that they would have to go through. You understand? For example, if you go and do an exam or a test and somebody give you all the answers to the test, all you have to do is just go in the room and write down the answers. That is more or less how we have it now, because we already get a heads up as to the different things that we will have to endure. He already gave us a heads up that here we're going on. At times you will be offended. It's not inevitable. You understand? You can't escape it. So it is inevitable. You can't escape it. It will happen. Something will happen in ways you wouldn't like or agree with. It would happen. As a judge, you had to learn to deal with it. You understand? You're not supposed to let that offense interfere with your judgment or how you're supposed to be. And he already warned us that here we're going. Offenses must happen. And the reason why he told us all these prophecies, one of the reasons why he told us these things, is that we could be able to expect what is going to happen. So you're not supposed to be offended for these things. If the scriptures tell you your mommy and daddy not going to make it, if they don't make it, you're not supposed to be offended and eat up yourself, because he already gave you the wisdom to understand, to prepare yourself from early that this was going to happen. So if you eat up yourself and still get offended and let it interfere with your duty, really and truly, then this just wasn't for you. I'll read it again. It says, John 16 verse 1, it says, these things have I spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended. So if the scriptures tell you here, some will be killed for his sake, you're supposed to be building up yourself now and not be offended off of that. That is something that has to happen, and it's for good. whoever it does happen to. You understand? All these things are for good. And just the fact that we even get a heads up to be able to build ourselves for when it does happen is grace by itself. So there's Mark 4, start from 16, and say, and these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground, who, when they have heard the word, immediately receive it with gladness. And this will pertain to anybody who come in the truth. So hear the word sung real nice. Start off probably real jolly and excited, and have no root in themselves, and so endure but for a time. Afterwards, when affliction or persecution ariseth for the word's sake, immediately they are offended. So whenever a brother might tell them here what's going on, this is how the rape laws go. You understand? Women are already supposed to have no rights. Whatever rights they're supposed to have is what you give them. People just get offended for these things. You understand? Instead of focusing on the bigger picture, they want to get offended for something what is what I'm looking for. It's just not necessary. You understand? The kind of things men just want to get offended for, especially when it comes to the scriptures, is not necessary. But at the same time, you have to understand offenses will happen. Not everything in the truth you would actually like. It wasn't made for your liking. But you have to learn to be able to deal with that offense. However it might offend you in whatever way, you have to bite your lip and chill. Because it wasn't written for you. It was written for the glory of the Most High. For man to be able to live with his neighbors in peace. And how to serve the Most High, how he's supposed to. You understand? So offense is a very important thing. It's not something that you could escape. It's something, if you have wisdom, you don't know how to deal with it. Alright? And with that, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the Akim around the world that pushes truth in sincerity. Shalom.